whatsoever. Get the jump up with Team Liquid. We're going to see these guys start their books, start their pages in this era right here now. Thank you guys for your patience. It is time to get into the game. Map 1 now underway. It is Vertigo. And it's not live.
I played Face It today, my first Face It game in Europe, and we won. Shout out my team. They were really cool. And I'm 1-for-1. I'm undefeated in Europe now.
Yeah.
And also, just want to say to everyone who's watching, I am gonna miss playing Counter-Strike in Europe.
It is the best experience ever.
I know it might not. The grass is always greener. Like I'm sure everyone here who thinks, oh, I've had a bad experience.
Nope. Europe, this is the place to play Counter-Strike. It's the place to play Counter-Strike.
It's a lot more fun. And I gotta miss the people here. Very nice people.
I max my ranks here in Europe. I use my time wisely.
What are you calling that achievement, by the way?
I'm gonna call it Gaben's Trifecta.
Nice. Okay. So
I am global elite in competitive. I am global elite in wingman, and I'm howling alpha. Sorry, let me say that one more time, nice and seductively for you there. Howling alpha. They didn't need to know that.
Well,
no. Let me interrupt you. Howling alpha is not a rank, Launders. Howling alpha is a mindset. Okay. Howling alpha is how you get out of bed in the morning.
You done?
Yeah.
You lost the rank.
God damn it.
What rank are you now?
Hunter Fox 3.
Hunter Fox 3. At least you got a screenshot. Now we're live. You hyped?
I am. Let's watch some real alphas take over the server. Let me try this again. And now we get into it. Round 1 of Vertigo between Big and the Ninjas in Pajamas, taking the top of our opening group here. The Blast 2021 circuit well underway. Tonight we're playing for that top spot. Ninjas, they have been the talking point this weekend. Absolutely, hands down, man. BO3 victory over Astralis and the opponents that lie ahead of them. But Vertigo, interesting place to begin our parade. Plopsky, he's going to lead the charge silently from the bottom of the B site into the lower tunnels. As we see Big collect themselves up ladder towards top mid. They do have players over on A already. Plopsky, hey there. He's going to get himself a face full of Tizian. Controls the situation, and we get this redirection. Big, they slip into the B site. Because Plopsky pushes, because they're stacked on A, they find themselves a bomb plant. Plopsky's able to get himself back towards the stairs, but dying to Xantera is now that kill right there. Shifts this into the favor of Big. Let's see if they can hang on. Keto and Searson gonna get the job done. 3 kills for Keto and a pistol for Big.
Oh, they put up the stone wall. I thought for sure that retake was gonna look good because they had that flank in. Plopsky, he didn't even just walk up the stairs. He went for the outside peak, so he had a few chances to get a kill. Like, imagine he wins his duel on the big flank, then there's only 2 players in the site, 4 coming in, and they could all push in and trade, but Big really hold it down. And that would have been a win, even if they just got the plant. That was already a nice play to get the bomb down. That would have been enough money to put together the buy they want. But now, it'll be Ninjas who have to force some early mid presence as Keto gets a kill. And Plopsky answers back with one of the only good guns so right now for NIP.
With this quick pace from Big taking over middle, they're already into the elevator room, and Knock, he can't stop them. Takes a ton of damage as he goes for that second peek. These 3 Mac 10s, man, the speed and the lethality. The Deagle of Rez gonna try and spam the scaffolding, but that's not gonna work out to his favor whatsoever. We do have a player, though, down on a ramp. It's the new kid, ZTR. Tabson's right in front of him, gonna die out to the Deagle. Now that's a weapon offered over. Check out the guns here for Ninjas. Actually not that bad. And ZTR's also playing with a kit. One of those moments where you add a quick headshot, you got that man advantage, you continue with the retake. Ninjas could win this. They're going to start applying that pressure inside of the bomb site. Xanteras, that activates him from short. He shuts down any chance they had. A second round for Big.
Well, yeah, one more kill would be kind of nice for Plopsky, and he has an AK, so they want to hunt him. He'll get that. There's a second player coming up outside the yellow. He goes down. Very careful, patient shooting. And Plofsky will die at the end of the day. But hey, 4 kills, man. That's all of the rifles, too. Searson walks away with a measly MAC-10.
Yep.
Not so bad at all. It's one of those situations where, like, who would you rather be? Well, you know, you'd rather be the team who wins the round, but in this situation, just marginally. It's very, very good impact here from NIP already. That being said, since they don't save anything, of course, it's not going to be easy to get the kills they want to get again. But here's a situation where the bonus round might be nice. You know, if they don't get a kill, it's a few MAC-10s that they're going to have to work with next round, or they spend a lot on rebuys. Big look to move quickly up into the A site. Taps in, will grab a frag on ZTR.
Nice wall bang.
They've got all the police corralling themselves up around the A site waiting.
Smoke inside of the bomb site. Man goes over. Man goes down. Easy bomb plant unless they spam him, and they do tap him up ever so slightly. Tizian really throwing himself at his opponents here this evening. Twice we've seen him fly across the screen, and this time he doesn't die. So 3rd round from Big, keeping more in their hands at the end of that round than the one prior, and this is the information we needed. Strawberries, grapes, pineapples.
Pineapples, yeah. Who took them? Tizian. I thought that was Tizian's computer that they were at.
Mine fruit.
Yeah, mine fruit. Apparently they took him from him.
All right, first gun round opens up with early damage versus knock. Poor guy's tagged to 46. Hell, even Hoppus is dropped to 2/3 HP straight out the gates.
Some pressure on both sides. No plan and no plan needed. A lot of the early rounds, very easy to get to both sides of the map, you know, on your T side, so you have lots of time to work individually. It's very open up the A ramp and very open up the B stairs as well. Lots of ways to take fights, so you know, it's like CTs are encouraged to peek in a number of ways, and for that reason, Ts can kind of sit back and wait for those duels to happen. We see the spams coming down. They're holding on to this boost.
Yeah. It's a good way to pick up an opening kill, and then you fall back right away.
That's a very cool boost.
Keto, though, he's hot on their heels. Sure enough, he's going to get the better of Hoppus and the second. Keto, that is a couple of big pickups. To then have the utility just beyond him. We see Ninjas trying to scramble over. They had the 5 versus 4, but they got chased down. I thought maybe they'd both slink back behind the bomb site, but a little bit of disjointedness. And of course, 2 crucial 1v1s from Keto. He picked up both those kills, only lost 20 HP. This is how he finds the first one. Hoppus clotheslined, and then a heads-up duel that he picks up pretty much free.
Yeah, super nice on Rez as well. And you know, 1 for 1 in either of those situations, then it's a whole different round. But the save comes in for the CTs. And yeah, they'll wait here at the top of the ladder. And I don't think they'll get hunted down, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's all about the entries right there. I mean, those kills help you just destroy the rotations, and it's just about like beating that timing. I'm actually surprised they're able to just chase them up the ramp after the successful boost, but because they get it, of course, they keep the hopes alive. So we got NIP here, staying pretty calm. I think they'll rebuy into this round, try again, and I like that tactic so much. Such an easy boost to copy and paste. But it seems like it's really hard to counter. You know, like you might go and try to pre-fire that one day, but if it only happens once every few rounds, I can see that being very effective and super easy to try again.
Oh, it's a little bit of a different look. Hoppus is still playing around the shelf, but Rez distracting from short. And it's a counter boost, of course. Big using their vision over smoke. It's Keto to pick up the opening kill. That coming in from the B bomb site.
He's been terrifying, man.
Yeah, Keto's been good lately. You know, we were looking at Searson for consistency, but Keto's been impactful throughout this group. And those are the 2 names that, you know, start of this 5-man core we weren't looking towards for star potential.
For sure.
Nice to see that all the pieces from Big can succeed. That's what makes these guys a top 5 team. That's what makes them such a challenger, even versus the very best. Frag grenade on sandbags. Hoppus' smoke can't stop that.
Well, but not a second nade. They're still thinking about it. Okay, that goes down. He'll have to toss that quickly or he's dead. Okay, teammate covers him just in time.
Yeah.
And he actually gets hit.
Oh! Twice!
It's not every day you see a wallbang be successful through the sandbags.
A frag grenade, a Molotov, and then 2 wallbangs. Hoppus.
That takes the edge off.
Yeah. You weren't escaping death today, my friend. 5 versus 3 situation. Ninjas, I don't know. Do you just get out of here? I mean, you've been whittled down.
That's it.
Despite ever getting a fight, Searson finding the headshot versus ZTR, and then when they finally try to escape, Xantares gonna gun one down. Knocked to the wall bang. Dude, did the Ninjas even see their opponents?
Yeah, the entire time it was basically shooting through things to kill their opponents. I guess here's the first kill. He's like half blind. Instant punish on Plopsky. And I was wondering, actually, was this through the ground? Because I don't think if you wallbang with an op even directly through the sandbags, you can do any damage.
He's got to be hitting the little wooden pallet.
So that's pretty cool. You got to love that.
The Achilles heel of that A setup.
It's awesome.
Damn, and then all of a sudden, not only is it big on fire with a 5-0 start, but you've got Ninjas not in the best of buys. Although they are going to get a 5v4. A little bit of tempered aggression from Plopsky on the top of the B stairs. Seeking revenge from the previous round where he was the opening kill. Xantares is going to walk out middle. And there's nobody here to hold him. Eventually, we could see the elevator players maybe come back to mid to peak, but it is just knock on a deagle, and I don't think he expected Xantares to be so far up. So Xantares immediately goes one better, goes deeper. And it's more dangerous, but again, he's going to catch Hoppus off guard.
Oh, man.
Nicely done here from Xantares, just unraveling them from the inside.
This is why he was the star of Space Soldiers, because he is just creating so much of it. His team can now freely kind of pick whatever site they want to go to. ZTR on this wild goose chase to try to catch Xantares, and is successful. Will also scoop up an AK, but will then follow to get punished by Tizian, and that's the round over. And all you have to do is follow Xantares that round to see how it all falls apart.
Yep. Given his chance to walk out mid, you know, we saw Big rotate in the 5v4, or excuse me, Ninjas. They got their kill towards the B site. One of those B players goes down to pick up the weapon in Plopsky. The other one goes all the way over towards A. Doubles back from elevator, but it was Xantares who kind of slipped beyond construction in that middle moment of timing.
It is really cool that at least one thing that's happened more and more often is teams are starting to try to go for mid. It's been more common in defaults to like try to use mid as much as possible for that rotation. Okay. But before we talk more about that, we've got Searson to pick up Rez on the A site, and he's looking to make it a double as well, and the patience will pay off. Can it be 3? It can, in the head of Hampus. That's the A site cracked, honestly, like an egg, so easily, just at the hands of Searson alone. And how many rounds so far has it been that one player has won the entire round for Big?
This is a horrifying form from Big, and I mean that in the very best of ways, unless you're cheering for the Ninjas. I mean, this is already a 7-0 lead on the T side.
I was thinking they were going to be a bit tired from the last game, but as we can see, they're just warmed up. That's all that happened.
They're not just warmed up, man. They are on fire.
They're preheated. Yeah, they're in the they are on fire. Very much. That is cool to see. Now the question, it was, you know, we had to wonder where Ninjas would, like, how comfortable they'd be on Vertigo. It's a map they played, but ZTR himself has not really had a good time on Vertigo, at least from his games. But ZTR stats are only worth so much because, you know, how could you predict the performance versus Astralis, like those two maps, and none of his stats pointed in that direction anyway. So we were holding our breath to see how in Vertigo would do. And not exactly sure if NIP are all that concerned. I don't know how much stock they put into winning this map in the first place, but we'll see. We've got Threat getting very involved here. Don't play scared. Wide swing, slap him up, break.
Now's your chance to talk it over. Again, these rounds have been racked up so quickly that it's about time you take a pause.
Yeah, it kind of feels
you
like...
can't let this just keep sliding, man. We're genuinely in free fall mode at the moment.
It is. It does feel like maybe we're cursing the games, right? Because this is what happened to OG versus Astralis the other day, where like they didn't stand a chance. It's like one play, like Device 3K entry into B, Magisk 2K entry. Here, I mean, there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to strategy. They've done a couple of cool things, and then one dude like Xantares, Keto, it makes some enormous play. So I would honestly just say something along the lines of like, be more careful, guys.
Yeah.
Just for a bit.
Be more careful and
sometimes in the scrims.
Get some damn kills, maybe.
Get some kills.
Get some kills, Knock.
Sure. Yeah.
Knock has 0, Hampus 1, Rez 1.
Yeah, I mean, you got to frag. It is actually an underrated part of CS. It's not talked about enough. Got to kill people in the video game.
Got to do what you got to do. We'll leave it at that. Spam shots through smoke. Not going to find their targets. But even their targets might not find much because the Ninjas here in the 8th round with nothing but Desert Eagles. They're going to try to take a bit of a fight down ramp, and sure enough, Tapson takes some damage, but it's Xantares and Searson with opening kills, a 5 versus 3 already. So let's hope that whatever Threat had to say also applies to the next round.
Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of like, oh, took a pause and then you save, and then you go, just remember the game plan. Sometimes it'll change during this round before we get to the next rifle. But here they're just looking to do that damage if possible.
Nice boost.
Opportunity for the Deagle.
Yeah.
Nets a kill. Plopsky gets one too.
Yep. That one's going elsewhere, but it's the A site that crumbles. Tabson gets in on ZTR and Knock. You thought for a second, maybe there's a chance there. 3 versus 3 made back. And there's an AK here in the hands of Plopsky. He's got himself a second.
He's been good.
He's been fantastic, but he's going to have to be godlike if he wants to finish this one because he's got 19 health and no kit, comes in quick, making a ton of sound. Keto just hones in on the headshot and will give Big their 8th.
Yeah, just stays slightly at a distance the whole time, and you know, getting close is nice, but you know, it's bigger problems here for NIP. So yeah, avoiding B might be first step. We've seen Plopsky get a couple of MP9 kills over on the B site to open things up. It just hasn't been enough. There hasn't been enough outside of that.
Boom.
Here's a good attempt. Yeah, a little bit rough that the closest that they've come so far is on the Ecos.
It's like watching Astralis.
Yeah, right.
Up in middle.
Just earlier. Wow,
Opens
came
up.
around fast and wide there.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, Big kind of feeling the flow. Rocking with the motion of the ocean. But a bit of commotion here towards middle. Has a couple of dropped op shots. Definitely could have extended the Ninjas' control. Already in the 5 versus 4, ZTR is going to take this forward position. He's being kept in by Tabson. Yeah, the headshot's there for him.
Oh, man.
An opening kill turned back the other way. Tabson with another double entry on the A site.
They really risk it with that one.
Last round, it was him who went big in the 3v3. This time, it's in the 4 versus 5. Keto takes to the sandbags, and Hampus is going to get that incendiary damage stretched to the feet, enough to drop him down. 3v3 ensues. Tabson barely left alive after his 2 kills, so somebody else is going to have to do the heavy lifting. And Tizian, he just threw bomb, and in that moment gets peeked.
Damn.
So good thing Tabson keeps going. A 3rd frag, despite low health. Now he's kind of prime Xantares to take over the reins, but Plopsky again gonna attack from the flank, as he did last round. Xantares gets that quick trade at a 1 versus 1. Knock goes up in Dover, the Opper's now known, but he hits it through the smoke to get the Ninjas on the board.
Yeah, he pulls him through. Knock knows, and that's one of those situations where like, okay, that's pretty cool that he does that. Xantares could have had the play right there. If he ran through at that moment, you know, maybe there's a chance he pulls something out. But this round's still sloppy at best for Ninjas, right? Like, here is a weird situation where they go for the lower A-ramp control. The only problem with going for lower A-ramp control, from my perspective, is that there aren't really good spots to hold it from. We've seen sometimes that players boost up on the big box, and they're like, oh, that's like a cool spot. You boost up on the big box, and then you wait there. But you can just hard clear it. There's no other angles you have to worry about, so I think it's kind of hard to hold from down there. But either way,
Weird.
Yeah, 8-1. What is going on here?
A bit awkward, but Hampus still able to slip behind Searson. Switches to the AWP. That's when Xanteras gets him. Dude, we've got some really nitty-gritty trade kills in these last couple of rounds. Rez, MP9, all he's hanging on to. And he drops as Xanteras gets his second this round. That's going to recall Knock from middle all the way over to the A site, where, of course, Big have still kept themselves clumped. But there's a chance for Plopsky to either get a kill or get punished. He's flanking down beneath for the third consecutive round.
Get the rare Xanteras off on this round, and they've got a lot of grenades to work with. The execute is oncoming.
ZTR is going to get activated, tries to go forward. Keto seems to be on high alert. And Knock on the high boxes has to fall back.
That was the one tactic they had going for them, and it didn't work out, so they have to fall away. Tizian here to try to catch him on his way out, but Knock will be happy to fight for sure. Wow, that's another round done with. I mean, you gotta appreciate Big's moving with tempo. Like up the ramp, they're one step ahead on this push. It's a little bit awkward here as Hampus tries to make a play, but he kind of sloppily gets out when maybe it would have been better to see if he just, how many players he can try to fight. You know, because there's an opportunity where Xanteras follows him through the smoke. If he had watched it or stayed there.
Considering how sloppy and messy that moment was, you'd think you'd just kind of forego the thought of changing weapons.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, maybe if that was a clean immediate kill, you've got that 2-second period. But when you realize you've slipped through on someone who's already slipped beyond, man, you got to be on high guard.
Yeah, the way that they're thinking about Big and how they're approaching is like doesn't seem to be correct, at least like from what we're seeing. Big are always somehow one step ahead, or even Big are taking a normal risk, but then NIP are always somehow caught out of position a little bit. Like anything that they're doing is working out a little bit too well, I guess is the best way to describe it. So yeah, for NIP, I mean, it's not an easy game, that's for sure. Okay, what happens now? We've got the still call it the chaos drop, why not? From Hampus on the B side. It'll be heard, and it won't be tested. It's already a 5v4 here for the T's. It's hard right angle here for Hampus. And, oh, unfortunately for him, he'll have to drop the smoke, which alerts his opponents of his position.
Yeah.
And of course, he can't really fall back.
There's nowhere to go, man.
Yeah.
You got to pick your poison.
That's tough.
And whether he decided to do it or not, down he goes. Sent soaring.
They're just getting called out, really. Like, they heard him drop, then they just waited, and then they just mollied.
Yep.
And then they just sprayed him down. And 5v4 becomes 5v3.
This is nuts. 9-1. 5 versus 3 again. No matter where we see the Ninjas try to take the initiative, Hampus has been thrown down A ramp. He's now been thrown down B stairs. Plopsky's gone for active flanks. The one place we really haven't seen the Ninjas kind of assault is top mid. If anything, that's where they let Xanteras slip through. That's where they let Tizian get by. And Keto's just going to walk into the A site as if he owns the place. Pops the head off ZTR. Xanteras challenging through smoke. Dude, they cannot lose a duel at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the health they're left over with.
They're like...
they're just getting by.
They're like Metal Mario.
Yeah, it's unstoppable.
That's cool.
And a little bit faster. 9-round lead. A 10-round T side already secured here from Big. Of course, this is the first best of 3 that we've seen from the Ninjas here at Blast Spring Groups that didn't include Overpass as the opening map. It's still in the series, but it's not where we begin. And my God, is there being, a different precedent set.
Yeah, with a lot of faltering in the top 3 and just inconsistency. With Na'Vi potentially being the most consistent recent team now. Astralis and Na'Vi, or Astralis and Vitality struggling a little bit. It opens up, a room for Big to kind of fill in. And they have been quite good and also have those important wins to add to it. Now, got a mid push coming up, split towards A versus just pistols. But they're still not going to forget about their play. They get all the kills, and now it's still a 3v3, but it's only rotators down below.
Yeah, it's the fluidity of Big Clan here. Even when they lose another B fight at the hands of Plopsky, who needs to be given some credit. He is 14-8 with his next teammate at 4 frags. And there it is, Big just shutting down the Ninjas in another 3v3. But the moment they lose a fight on one front, they just hit the accelerator, run through middle, hit the A site from behind, and unravel the rest of the setup. Plopsky's been solid, but the rest of this team looking like liquid.
Sometimes it's easier to call when you lose a couple of rounds. You can actually change things up. But like, what do you do when everything's working? Just more of the same? Or how can you even come up with brand new strategies. Big have learned nothing this game. It's been such an easy road to 11, and it looks like the road has not ended. There's a situation here where it might be one of NIP's last buys, but they haven't started out with anything different just yet. Searson, playing with fire whether he realizes it or not, but the shots aren't coming in his direction.
No, and the second smoke goes.
Oh my god, look how precarious this angle is. It's just so fine all the way back to Henny.
They boost up on B, down goes Plopsky, and that's been like your one key to early success for the Ninjas. And now they see him.
My god.
Rez trying to play behind the tarp.
That was like Deer Hunter, basically.
Maybe Hompus can hit him from... God, that spot just makes me anxious. He's on the other side of the railing.
Oh my god,
It's so difficult to get out from here that you just got to commit, and hell, if you're hitting shots, just keep going, buddy. He gets himself 2 frags before Searson takes his head off to keep that man advantage for Big, at which point, again, in the flow state, they just transition to the other side of the map and run away from the Ninjas. Tomfoolery to get themselves onto this B site. It's going to be a 12th round unless Ninjas retake at a man disadvantage. And that incendiary that comes over to hit construction
love that,
cuts them off, and it delays just long enough for Searson to peek as they turn. They're like, oh, we can go, and instead they're gone.
Fight him.
Searson, Deagle out, op ahead, challenging around it, and he just rails them. 12 T rounds.
This is
to
fun.
1.
It's fun to watch. Okay, everyone picked Astralis, and then there was me, who picked NIP. But it's still fun to watch. This is some good stuff. I mean, it's kind of sucks for NIP, but genuinely, every round's been pretty insane from Big, for one reason or another. The multi-fragging, the rotations, the coordination, the ferocity, the tempo. Loving every second of it.
Deagles. Ooh, nice flashbang. Come on. A little life. You gotta fight for a more respectable scoreline.
I think they've survived 2 5v4s already this half. Of course. Off shot missed and dropped. That's it.
Yeah.
And now they're... Oh, no, sorry. Plopsky still has it. That's something. Plopsky's got 3 or 4 opening kills. And I don't think they've won any of the rounds that he has them.
Dude, he's actually tied with Tabson and Searson for most frags in the server.
Oh, wow. Wow, 15 kills. Wow, that's crazy.
In a piece.
13 rounds in. All right, one of the final attacks potentially of the half.
Come on, Plopsky.
They'll try to put up the stone wall defense here.
It's a lot to ask, but he's going to have to go above and beyond.
Too many smokes to do anything.
Yeah, and Keto's going to get away with the plant. So just this little Bermuda triangle of smoke grenades. Another one goes up on top of it. Nobody knows where they are. Nobody knows where it's going. Odds are it's already in the back pocket of Big. AI does not like the Ninja's odds, but let's see if Plopsky can hit him with something special.
Most kills now.
Yeah. He's going to have to maybe pick them all up. They go ahead and smoke off bomb. Hey, there we have it. Oh, Plopsky, 4 kills. Come on, buddy, get the ace. Oh, he's down. Tizian gets wrecked by Knock, but there's still no time.
1 round to go, and we've got... This is almost historic. Plopsky actually has... is this like the most kills that the other team, like a player on the other team can have with only having 1 round?
Top frag in the server. 18 kills, 1 round win.
And lots of impactful kills. Some of them were like exits that almost ended up being an ace.
Clutches, yeah, the 1v3 attempts from behind.
Lots of opening MP9 kills over on B, winning his first duel very consistently, and they're almost putting together the op ace.
Ooh, that's a little... Oh, no, he was seen.
Yeah,
yeah, Tizian just got the sliver of information.
Yikes.
And that sliver, now an infected wound. Because poor Ninjas. I mean, they're already getting battered and bruised. Let's see if it goes from bad to worse. Flash downwards. That's what they need. Resin ZTR with a couple kills apiece. Or rather, a couple kills between them.
Have we any progress on any part of the map? No, they're still all joined together down below, surveilling their options. Plopsky here preparing to defend B once again. Do they dare run into him? Again, it's no secret he's been playing well and plays B. But it's 2 versus 1 here.
And Rez gets the edge. Can they double their round count? Plopsky's gotten aggressive. Combat opping. In the most narrow of corridors. Pressure being applied up A ramp. Hompus gets a kill over Tizian. Searson in the clutch. Now we saw him clutch crucial rounds yesterday, but he walks right into Plopsky, and that still doesn't stop him. A deagle to the teeth. And Searson's just going to run over to the B site. It's Rez who definitely set up this round with his 2K from the A site, but we're going to close on a 1v1. He's going to go for that construction Molotov. Rez is already beyond it. Searson misses his deagle, and Rez will get that second round win. But does it matter? Well, you'll have to join us after the break to find out.
You're following me?
Yeah, follow you now. Okay, okay. Shortcuts, huh?
You're following me?
Okay, you duck all the way. Yeah.
I have no idea. This is okay. Oh, okay.
No, you can't jump on him. Stupid. You did it already? Oh my god, bro. I'm too fat, but use small stakes. Yes.
Well, that was quite something. 13-2 in the opening half of Big versus Ninjas. Seems like Overpass was a good place for the Ninjas to start their BO3s. Vertigo, not so much.
That was very decisive. very, very decisive. There were very few questions, at least for Big. We got kind of everybody had like a star roll at some point. Positioning looked good. Yeah, I mean, this is their game to lose. It wasn't a very close 13-2 half, if there ever was one. Santeris, he'll get spotted on the side, taps in, takes a headshot, and okay, Ninjas, not a bad start here on the pistol. Pretty much one of their best starts of any round we saw coming out of half number 1. But can they actually close?
Well, they've got 3 guys challenging middle. And Searson's gonna get overwhelmed. He's got a teammate though, and that's Tizian picking up the pieces. 3 USP headshots in mid, and Plopsky, the star for the Ninjas in the first half, has a chance to clutch 14 rounds to 2.
I'm happy for the Ninjas because it's just they can go on to the next map.
Sure.
They can just go on to the next map. They don't have to pretend like this game will go on for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, it's one thing if, like, Tizian misses 10, 15 shots and then gets all 3 kills, but he didn't really give him a chance. I mean, they tried to trade.
Yeah.
The spacing was pretty good. He only missed, like, a shot or 2 on each guy. They just kind of whiffed, and he just destroyed them. And we haven't even really talked about Tizian yet. He's only kind of 3rd down the list in terms of stars here for Big. So, at least they save some stamina. Potentially.
Smoke in. Flash the other way. A little bit of a challenge here from Big, looking to just kind of hammer the nail into the coffin.
Okay.
And maybe Xantares walks away. Don't offer them anything other than that first kill. Keto, not going to waste any time. Starts flanking down underneath. He was caught in the pistol round, actually, as the opening frag. So we'll see if that unfolds again. Plopsky going to challenge the bomb site, but Searson, like a whack-a-mole, pops up, and he can fight back, but Hampus takes his head off. Xantares is right in the same position, so easy trade frag off of that, and the more they slow down this offensive, the closer Keto gets. Sure enough, cutting down the bomb carrier, smoke on top of it, but they don't anticipate Tabson, I don't think.
Another flanker. How dare they?
How dare you? Rez, Deagle out. Let's see it. Come on, knock their socks off. Gets that challenge on the bomb site. Smoke grenade fades. He's just working around the side of it, and sure enough, never sees it coming. 15 rounds to 2.
I'm happy for them. It's nice and quick. They don't win the eco that will drag on to 8 rounds and then a loss. They can forget about this. Never happened. Potentially. In this next round. They'll try to invest again because they don't have any other choice. You have something to say about carrots?
No. Don't worry about it.
You did just have carrots in your hand.
Yeah. I'm on the edge of making a joke, but I think I might get in trouble, so I won't.
Okay. Tell me after, I'll tweet it.
Okay. For now, we've got to see if Ninjas... I mean, here's the silver lining, man.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Plopsky in map 2, you know,
Yes.
with maybe a better team behind him.
I'm just looking forward to map 2. Because I'm not going to try to sell you guys...
It's a good map, though.
You know,
I mean, for one team, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
it was really cool to see the pace being set by Big.
It was good, yeah.
You know, I think like Big, sometimes they can definitely just comfortably sit back and kind of play proper. But dude, here on Vertigo, it's like they knew this was going to happen from the beginning.
Yeah.
Even when they would meet a bit of resilience from Ninjas, when Plopsky would find that success down the B ramp, Big already had a procedure in place, man. Step by step, they've taken this one. You know, hit them one way, they just slip through the cracks and they're on a bomb site in a matter of seconds. So that lightning quick tempo, that's something we all have to celebrate. And well, Big will definitely be celebrating because they have